Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hunt the Hench, and it's got that fresh cut. Very excited about that. So today we are reviewing the next episode of Kamen Revice. I think we're on 28 now. Pretty sure 28, somewhere around there. And yet again, this is another stellar episode. I don't mean to spoil ahead of what I think of the episode, but this was an amazing episode. I was really impressed. So jumping off of last episode, we have Jaku Revice, whatever you want to call it, has come in and has knocked Sakura and Daiji out of transformation and is just going wild. Well, almost out of transformation, like they're weakened a little bit. And we also have Oteka use the Gifu stamp on Gifu and the Anamano whatever it is, one on himself, and have like this combined form where he's really strong. And so George arrives on the scene and with the Demon's Driver transforms, and it's really cool to see. He doesn't say Henshin, he says come on instead, which is what the driver said, like the Revice driver says, come on, Rex. So I find that interesting. He didn't say Henshin. Maybe he will eventually, or that'll just be his thing. I just find it funny, as much of a Rider fanboy as he allegedly is, he didn't say Henshin. But he definitely does do Kuga's pose, which I thought was really cool. And he's decent, honestly, as far as fighting goes and using the powers. He's a lot more into using the webs and stuff. He uses it during the fight with Jaku Revice to kind of hold him back and tie him down. And he even uses a genomics at one point. I think he uses the Bata one, pretty sure the Hopper one, yeah. And uses it, and I think, yeah, to fight Jaku Revice and kind of push him back a little bit. And he brings Thundergale. So he gives it to Daiji, and he says that, it's like, hey, will this help them? He's like, well, it's kind of like the crow stamp. Either one of them might survive, one might die, and one's going to live. It's untested, I'm not sure, but this is also your brother we're talking about in Vice, and they've proven to be quite different from any other, person-demon duo that I've seen before. So maybe they won't. Maybe they'll find a way to overcome it. So while this fight stuff's going on, George helping out his demons and everything, we have in the mind of Ikki inside of Jaku Revice, he has this like dark version of like the world he's going through, where like in the bathhouse and like his sister's there eating a bunch of stuff for some reason, Daiji's being weird, and he has this big like back and forth with his dad being controlled by Vale actually, trying to convince him that like there's no way he can win and just let the devil take over, and Vice is just the same as any other demon and blah blah blah, and he tells him straight up, no, he's not. He has a lot bigger of a heart than any of the other demons I've ever faced, and he's a good person. He is, and he's kind of right. Like, Vice started out kind of an asshole, and then as the show went on, has started to become more human-like, whereas Ikki has had like little bursts where he's shown more of like, beast-like or demon-like attributes. But I think he's having a good effect on Vice, and I really enjoy Vice. I still hate the voice actor with a fiery passion, as you all know, for the reason, of course. But the character is really well written, and I'm really, really, really happy about that. So this is a really nice emotional episode for the two of them. And at one point, it's him fighting basically himself with the Vice's like skin on, basically, and like in like a demonic form using the Ohin Buster little sword thing. He ends up defeating him. It looks like he killed him. And they throw he picks up the Thundergale, stamp, and he presses it, and we get a cool little unique transformation sequence where he does the whole Ichigo, little Nigo pose or whatever. It's kind of cool, or kind of imitates it a little bit, and we get the debut of Thundergale. And this is probably of the Reiwa era, and it might even honestly possibly rival the Heisei era. One of my favorite debut episodes I've seen in a while. Just the culmination of it, of like, everything before with the other forms leading into this, and them saying that, in the transformation like sequence, and the voice that comes out of the driver with it saying we are Revice, I think is really cool. I don't know how to say this next part. I think we started this idea with putting them together as being in sync with Buried and Volcano Rex, and now this is the final culmination of it, whereas Jaku Revice was kind of like a middle portion where Vice is more in control. Revice Thundergale is basically them fully together in unique equal control, completely blended together. I think it's really cool. And it's a nice transformation sequence, and I actually really like the suit. The suit's been getting a lot of hate online, and I don't understand why. Like, sure, I guess it kind of looks like a 01 suit, but not really. Like color-wise, maybe, but other than that, I don't see it. And I like it. I like that it still is sort of using that paint aesthetic from the Jocker Revice suit, Jocker Vice suit, whatever. But I really like how it looks, and I love the stamp. I'm actually hopefully be coming in the mail pretty soon. I had to get it. I saw the debut and I was like, yep, order. We get a really good fight. He fights Oteka and pretty much nearly single-handedly kicks his ass. Sakura and Daiji don't really have to do anything. And I think at one point we see Genta and Busan run away as well, because they're pretty sure that they're going to get found by Gifu and Oteka. I'm thinking that, clearly the stronger Gifu gets, the more he can have an effect on Veil, making him stronger and affecting, Genta. But we do get a pretty shocking scene here. So he defeats this, Oteka, Gifu, abomination monster thing that it is. And Oteka gets out and he's like, you'll never defeat me and blah, 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 blah. And, trying to be all, twiddle my, thumb, twiddle my mustache evil, about it. Well, just before this, Aguilera comes up to Gifu, and Gifu, reaches a tentacle out and slaps her away. She's like, what will you do for me, Gifu? What can I do for you? Blah, blah, blah. Simping over him, he slaps her away. And all of a sudden, Tamaki comes out and is like, Ayo, Aguilera, out of nowhere. Go, Tamaki, yeah, so Go comes out, Julio, and is like, Ayo, Aguilera, I want to keep you safe now. Gifu's not right for you, blah, blah, blah. And it seems as though she might actually go along with him. I don't know for sure. Yeah, so Oteka is separated from Gifu, and Gifu's back to his little statue-y form, but kind of more powered up a little bit. And he reaches out a tentacle and grabs Oteka and absorbs him. And Oteka's like, I guess I won't be to see my, world be realized and blah, blah, blah. He gets absorbed by Gifu. Entirely absorbed, he's done. Done. I'm sure he might show up. But, yeah, it was pretty shocking. So they end up beating him with the, the final attack from the Thundergale Vice Stamp. And, yeah, he gets absorbed by Gif. And I was pretty shocked. I'm happy, but not, I'm 50-50 because, he was a really decently well-written villain and was a constant threat. But I know that he was only, had so much time before we were going to move on to, either Gif being the main focus of the villain or a new group or something. So yeah, he gets absorbed. Gifu gets more powerful. We do see a face for half a minute in the cloud before he teleports away. Now what happens is Ikki has taken over full ownership / management of the bathhouse. Sakura has fully decided to join Weekend and help them fight Gif. She even says she wants to be the one to destroy him for what he's done and whatever. Daiji goes back to Phoenix, and the one goofy villainous leader guy, Snidely Whiplash dude, is like, what are you going to do now? And he's like, oh, I'm here to exercise the rotten core of this group out of here and get this out of here so that we can purify this once great organization. I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool thing for Daiji to have as his next focus going forward, and for his development as a character and just in general for storylines. It'll be really cool to see. So we get a 3 branching path type thing here. Clearly Ikki's not going to stop being a writer. He's still going to fight. It's just he's going to be mainly focusing on the bathhouse. So yeah, I really like it. I think it was a really fantastic episode. It was super emotional, and seeing the characters interact the way they did, especially Vice and Ikki, and their final culmination coming together where he thinks he destroyed him and really he didn't, was really cool. And them just coming together and being able to fully be a combined We Are Revice was really cool. It'd be interesting to see what they do for the final form, because this kind of felt like what you would get for a final form, honestly. With the perfect culmination of them together in one form, saying that we are Revice, So I don't know what they're going to do with the final form. The good thing is maybe they'll both get their own driver or something. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. But Thundergale is amazing. I love the Vice Stamp. I love the debut henshin, the fight for it, the music, the sequence. All of it is amazing. And this was probably so far my favorite episode of the show. I keep saying that a bunch, but the show is just solid all the way through. It's already into almost my top 5 for writer. And right now I think I have number 4 is Revice, number 3 is 01. I might swap that pretty soon. honestly. Like, I really like Revice, and it's pretty strong throughout. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Did you guys like today's episode? Did you not? What did you guys think of the debut for Thunder Gale? Are you loving the suit? Not liking it? What do you think of the stamp? And overall, what happened in today's episode? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But as always, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, all that good stuff, sharing the video. But as always, stay hooked on Henshin. I'll talk to you later. See you next time. Henshin.